Harihi Om, my dear holy souls. This is Mata Anantananda, Sri Sadguru Shivarama Avadhuta Ashramam, Kambaram village, Kurnool district, Andhra Pradesh state from Bharat, that is India. Under the caption of wonderful Indian folk stories, we are enjoying the wonderful, twistful, and adventurous stories of Bhatti and Vikramaditya. And in that series of videos, this is 61st one. This is the story of Apurupa Sundara and Apurupa Sundari, started to narrate by the curtain. In previous videos, we enjoyed that that Vikramaditya had started his tour on the country and on the task to rescue the life of the son of a Brahmin, Veda Kovida, who belonged to Ujjain. And he rescued him, and along with that boy, he reached an island, and there he got married with the princess of that island, Helavati. In that series of incidents, he asked the curtain to narrate the story, and it had started. This is very big story, sufficient to a lengthy movie for 3 hours, picturized in various languages and in multiple times also. Even in Telugu also it was picturized as Ilapata Raghuramaya as a hero, and later with the um, hero as NTR and senior NTR, and Devika as heroine, and L. Vijay Lakshmi and other costume. And with beautiful music by Ilapata Raghuramaya, and as well by Ghantasala Master and other artists. And but unfortunately, the cinema people had neglected so many wonderful twists. The original story mesmerizes. Because this is a very big one, I divided it into many videos. This is the first one. Main incidents in the story are, in this part, the king of Chandragiri was Gandheshwara. He had 120 queens, but they had no children. He done penance towards God Mahashiva, blessed with a son. He kept name to prince as Apurupa Sundara. Education of prince, efforts for right match. The ministers done survey by taking his color painting toured on country. They campaigned on the northern bank of a lake at Tantrapura. The outcoming skills from this story, the pattern of story entertains us. The way the king Gandheswara treats his wives, the pattern of prince, the pattern of growing of prince, by such events we enjoy the narration of this story. Okay, let us enjoy the remaining one in the video. By the way, the curtain started to narrate the story, and it announced, it had called on the man who is in the disguise of the ornament merchant. Actually, he was the great emperor Vikramaditya, but the surrounding people, they didn't know about it. Baitala had entered into the curtain and started to narrate the story. And Baitala, the curtain had called on the man, the king, as, "Oh, the great emperor, you asked me to tell the story. Now I'm starting the narration. You please follow it keenly." It said like that. And the princess Helavati, as well as the groomed people, the king and the queen, and their what I had to say, their servants and servant maids, the other ministers and all, who were surrounded the room and were observing the events, what will happen, because they wanted to know the race about the bridegroom of the princess Helavati. That's why they standed there. They also, all of the people, they wondered about it, as the curtain called the man, the ornament merchant, as "Oh, emperor." But immediate minute they mingled in the story, and they lost their consciousness to know about the whereabouts and whatabouts the king, about the ornament merchant. And the curtain continued its story. It said, okay, Listen carefully. Once, this was the real story. Once happened. I heard it from my elders and others. Now I want to tell it to you. Okay, follow me. The curtain said like that and said, once upon a time there was a big city by name Chandragiri. It was very prosperous one. The king to it was Gandheshwara. He was very nice man, capable man, and he loved his people like anything. He protected his people. He had 120 queens, but nobody had children. It was big grievance for them. People nowadays, the modern people should not curse me, should not scold me. How the king will have 120 wives like that. It was the custom of those days, and that too I'm narrating the folk story. The folk stories, it was very common to entertain number of wives as well, number of husbands also. So don't go into that point, because I read these stories which were actually in Sanskrit. I read them in the typical Telugu. Just I'm narrating those stories in simple Telugu and simple English. That's all. I am not the creator of these stories. Just I am narrating them. That's why I'm requesting you to do not scold me. Okay, I'm continuing. So that being having 120 wives, the king had no children. So the others, the scholars and the teacher of royal teacher advised him to go to the forest and to lead a um, life with devotion and do penance towards God Mahashiva, to get a boon, to get a son. Then the king followed it. He left every joyful thing and every lustful thing in the capital by wearing just a cotton dhoti like that. He went to the forest and he led a disciplined life and a devotional life and done penance towards God Mahashiva. Then after few years, he got the boon from Mahashiva and returned to the capital. Within 1 year, he was blessed with a male child in the Pattamahishi, the first queen to him, the royal queen. Then everybody felt very happy. The king, the other queens, and the servants, and the crew, and the whatever the employees, ministers, and everybody in the city, everybody felt very happy. The child was very beautiful, very handsome. He looks like Sri Rama or Sri Krishna. Instead of the cloud color, he was in moon's color like that. Very handsome and very sweet boy. Everybody felt happy. On the 11th day, the king had kept the name to that boy as Aprupa Sundara. Very handsome man, a rare man, handsome boy, like that, the meaning of the name. And he made celebrated the occasion and had given donations to the people and had given a big and prosperous feast to delicious feast to everybody in the capital. And days were passing. The boy was very cute, and his actions were also very cute. All the queens were loving him, and he was growing like moon and like a flower like that. When he was walking also, it was very attractive to look at him, to watch him. He was such nice and he was such handsome. Days were passing. 5 years were over. Oh, he had heard so many stories and he learned Ramayana, Mahabharata, and primary education in the laps of his mothers, as he had 120 mothers like that. And after when fifth year entered in his life, the king Gandheswara had celebrated Vidyabhyasa, the occasion in Hindu lifestyle, and he sent the boy to the ashram to the school of royal teacher. There he had to spend very common life as a just equal to the son of a normal man in the city by living all the royal luxuries like that. And he was very comfortably adjusted his life there, and he was learning the education there. And 10 years he spent in the ashram, means the school of royal teacher. He done service to the teacher and had gone to the forest to pluck the flowers, fruits, and to gather the sticks for this fire stove to cook the food. And every service he done just like other normal students like that. And he learned so many sastras and so many art, the war arts also, like using the weapons and archery and doing war with sword like that. And he learned so many art forms also, like singing, music, singing and dancing as per the sastras. And he learned how to write the literature and all like that. And 10 years were passed. In the meantime, he then and when and then, whenever the time permits, the king used to come to visit his son, but he didn't disturb his education and his concentration even. Then, after 10 years, the royal teacher had sent an information to the king as the education of the prince Aparupa Sundara had completed, so that arrange a celebration as a Snatakoshva graduation like that. And then the king felt very happy by receiving such information, and he declared in the city. And on that auspicious day, people were gathered there. So many guests came. So many scholars from different places had arrived there to participate in the occasion. The Prince Aparupa Sundara, along with co-students and along with the royal teacher, he arrived at the stadium in which the occasion was going to celebrate. And people were very surprised by watching the handsome, because they had seen him as a 5 years boy. Now he was at the age of 16, like that. So that they were very pleased by watching him and about his handsomeness and royal behavior like that, royal body posture also. Then the occasion was celebrated. He had exposed all of his art forms, and he performed his arts as music, singing, dancing, and archery. And by watching that, people almost they thought that exactly Bhima and Arjuna had came there, and instead of the Prince Aparupa Sundara, they were watching Arjuna and Bhima, because his talents were that much level. And Gandheshwara, the king and his queens and all the royal family felt very happy. And people also, they were praising him like anything, and they were pleased about him. And the king on that occasion, he had given so many donations to the poor people, and he awarded the eligible people and to the scholars and the other poets and all, had given so many donations as gold and money and silk cloths like that, and so many things. And everybody felt happy. The occasion was completed very happily. Then the prince was about 16 years. The king felt now about his worried about his marriage. One day he called on his queens and said, "My dear queens, our son, the prince Aparupa Sundara, reached 16 years. You know that how handsome he is and how talented he is. Now the problem is we have to search a right match for him. A girl, the royal girl, the prince, must be eligible to get marry him. She must equal in all art forms, in education, equal to this our guy. And it's very tough task. That's why we have to start searching for an eligible princess now itself. What do you say?" The queen said, "Oh, my dear majesty, my dear king, we also thought about it, and we were wanted to propose about such issue to you, and fortunately you proposed it, and we are also thinking the same. Then they called on the officers and employees, the suitable persons, and ordered to search about a right match in surrounding cities and other kingdoms, and even in relate to royal families also. If there is any suitable girl, the royal girl, to get married to Aparupa Sundara. And they started to survey. They thought that they could recognize, they could trace out a suitable match for the prince, but in vain. Nobody was comparable to the prince. Then they approached the king and they told. Then the king ordered, appointed some group of ministers along with other facilities as elephants, horses, and chariots to travel, and with sufficient crew with him, the team of employees, and asked them to search on the far places also, far away kingdoms, to search an eligible royal girl, princess, for the Prince Aprupa Sundara, and had given a colorful painting to him, to them, and they sent. The ministers with a positive thinking that they'll get eligible match. So they're very enthusiastic and energetic, and they started to survey. But they crossed kingdoms and kingdoms, faraway places, countries by countries, but in vain. Well, while they compare by placing the colorful painting of the prince beside the princess of any country, they themselves felt insatisfaction. They thought that the girl, the royal girl, or the princess, is very um, not suitable, just a candle beside sun, and a grass flower beside a rose flower, like that. So they were not satisfying with any match, and they searched and searched, and they traveled and traveled, and by after they spent like that 5 years, they desperated like anything. Then they thought, the chief of the team, he said, let us take some days rest, let us recharge, so that search for a suitable place, let us take let us put some campaign there. Then the people watched there and surveyed there. By that time they reached a city by name Tantrapuram. Near that, a beautiful lake was there. It was very beautiful and full with the water, a tasteful sweet water, just like coconut water, like that. And some water birds were there, and it was very beautiful to see. And surrounded with the big trees and creepers, and with the beautiful, colorful, sweet smelled flowers, like that. Then on the northern bank of that river, they had arranged their tents, and they stayed there. They cooked for themselves, the assistants and the ministers and all were ate, and they entered into the tents, and they thought, and very sorrowful, how we can take this information to the king. Already we started and searched for 5 years. Now the Prince Aprupa Sundara got to 21 years, and we were not able to search a right and suitable princess. It's very sorrowful thing. Like that, they were chatted for some time up to late night. Then they slept. Because they slept by late time, they got up by late after sunrise. What they had seen, such a wonder. What will be that wonder? Let us discuss in the coming up video. So, because it is lengthy one, I'm stopping here. Rest of thing we'll continue in the next. Harihi Om. Thank you for watching.